listeners and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. What we've got on the books today is a really, really powerful theme, especially if you are a healer, especially if you are a coach, and to an extent, of course, if you are a seeker. So let's dive into the topic for today. And I'm sure you will also, by the end of this pod, be bristling, be chumkoing with that excitement as I've been feeling right through the day. And again, when we talk about feeling excitement, it doesn't happen in an instant. It's usually a build up. It could be a build up of smaller events. It could be maybe the one off chance where something just happens out of the blue. But we know that when you actually zoom out for a second, even chance moments, chance happenings are not really chance. It's because you have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. And what's it they say? Um, when when preparation and luck meet, magic happens, or something like that. So let's break this down further. What I'm talking about, of course, is one, we ourselves are at this point, the iHypnosis life is getting its wheels rolling because in exactly a month, we will be rolling out our retreat. This is happening in Bangalore. Of course, I'm talking about the 14th of November, 2025. This is going to be a 3 day amazing, powerful, soulful retreat. And it's aptly called the iHypnosis Life Transformations. And as the name suggests, this is literally the beginning of something really, really powerful. It starts now and it'll keep going into 2026 and beyond. The reason why I wanted to talk about the retreat today is not just the retreat, but what it symbolizes. So, especially as a healer, especially as a coach, if you've already been on this journey now for some time, I'm sure there are a lot of times when we are faced with that self-doubt. A lot of times we wonder, I thought it would be a lot easier, and either maybe I should give up, or this is too tough, or this is not for me. Actually, it's other people it's other coaches, it's other healers who are able to pull off these kind of amazing programs. Maybe you've, especially by now, you've attended these retreats, these programs, and you look at other people and you wonder, it's like, how do they do it? Or like, oh, I wish someday I could do it as well. And I've learned some really, really powerful lessons over the years. And now, today, what I want to do is break this down and share it with you. Because if you're looking to be able to do things that go beyond your normal, there are three things that I can tell you that have made a lot of the difference. Today we are now getting, as I said, we're getting ready for the retreat that will happen in a month's time. And again, this didn't happen as a one-off thing. This didn't happen just by chance. Last year in November, toward at the end of November, in fact, we ran our first ever community retreat. This was in Bangalore. This was live. We had some amazing people who showed up from all over, from Bombay, from Pune, from Delhi, of course, from Bangalore as well. And I think we had somebody, yeah, we had another person. We had one of our members coming in from Indore as well. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is that if you're looking to feel this kind of, yummy, powerful, bristling energy, it happens when you have momentum. And in order to get momentum, one of the most important things is, this is literally like, this is the first thing that I want to share with you of the three that I'm going to talk about today. The first thing, of course, is, imagine, and not just imagine, but imagine bigger. So imagine bigger than you, imagine bigger than maybe your studio where you work from, imagine bigger than, let's say, the office if you work out of an office, or more importantly, imagine something that's bigger than just you, which is linked into your purpose, linked into um, your mission, something that you're really, really passionate about. You really believe that this is what you are meant to do, and you know this. I've been saying this over and over again, and I say it, and I will say it today also. At the end of this pod, which is to live your purpose. So when you actually imagine bigger and you link that into your purpose, that is what makes the the chain of events unstoppable, and by definition then it makes you unstoppable. So that's the first thing that I can share with you, whether you want to call it wisdom, whether you want to call it experience from a life lived, especially over the last 20 plus years of doing this work. Now, having said that, it's about imagining and imagine bigger. The second thing to keep in mind is, of course, to believe. Because if you don't believe in the imagination or the vision that you're seeing, if you don't believe in it, then pretty soon people around you will, I'll say this now, but I'll qualify it. People will pull you down. Now, I don't mean it in a negative way. I'm saying people will pull you down because they want you to be safe. So, if they can feel that shakiness in you when you're talking about your, the imagine bigger that you're imagining, and you're not really sold on the idea, they will try or they will pull you down only because they want you to be safe, only because they don't want you to, crash or to get hurt. But when you imagine bigger and you really believe that, this is going to be amazing, this is going to be life changing, that really is when the change happens. And that, of course, is when you will start to tap into that momentum. And then, of course, you're off to the races, amazing things happen. Luck just you just seem to become more and more lucky. You start to, have these chance meetings and moments, and before you know it, that snowballs into something even bigger. Now, lastly, of course, and this is something that I really do believe in, and this is something that I'm sure with time you will only get better at. And the third thing that I'm talking about today is to collaborate. Now, whether it is collaborating with members of your community, members in your community, or even to take it beyond that and collaborate with like minded people, regardless, whichever way you look at collaboration. And I would say, the best of both worlds. So you have people in your community working with you, collaborating with you, and of course, you're open to the idea of collaborating with other people who have allied interests, which means your vision, your imagining bigger links into their dream, their vision of imagining bigger, and that's how you will find yourself in a completely different and a really superpowered space beyond what you could have even imagined. So these are the three things that I know, because I see it happening more and more now. These are the three things that are going to change the face of what it is that you're doing, what you're doing for your community, what you're doing for you, and ultimately for your worldview, your universe. So, as always, I've said this before and I'll say it again, these pods are made for you. These pods are made to inspire you, to remind you to keep showing up, because as my guru, my teacher said not too long ago, you know, in this work that we do, the one thing that makes you successful is to show up and show up and show up and show up and show up. And when you do that, this is literally what successful people attribute, what they always say that made all the difference. If you look at athletes, just one final parting note. If you look at athletes, usually it's like a 51-49 or a 55-45 um, difference in, let's say, the game that they played, or the runs that they've scored, the matches that they played in. whether it's football, whether it's basketball, any of these sports. Typically, there is like a very slim difference between success and failure. So the key is just to keep showing up. As always, these pods are made in service of you. And of course, for some reason, if you feel drawn to come and be part of um, our retreat, I will put the link in the comments below. So come and experience that. And of course, we do have our community that is available to you. We do meet on Mondays and Fridays, every Monday and Friday between 6 and 7 p.m. So that's another way for you to get familiar with us, to connect with us. As always, really look forward to seeing you, to hearing about you. And hold on. All right. We seem to, Houston, we seem to have a problem. We seem to run out of space. Let's give this a moment. All right. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to assume that this is going to work. So, as always, truly appreciate you and really look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. God bless. And catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Okay, with that, now it looks like we've kind of at least temporarily resolved the technical snag. As always, I look forward to seeing you in the next part. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.